So thank you very much. Tonight we are meant to honor the Damodar pastime of Lord Krishna. This is a very auspicious month, Kartik. So, as the Puranas explain, those who are in Vrindavan, especially in this month, right? What do they get? Everything. Personal service to Lord Krishna, love for Krishna, so many things, But due to COVID, maybe some of us cannot be in Vrindavan. But one time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the latest incarnation of Krishna, was going to Vrindavan, and he was tricked by some of his associates. Right? And then he said, "Why did you brought me here? I wanted to be in Vrindavan." And what did they say? "Wherever you are, that's Vrindavan." So this chanting of Hare Krishna was brought to us by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada, and all the devotees who are representing Gauranga. So we are in Vrindavan, in that context. So tonight we are meant to glorify this pastime of Damodar Lila. It's very powerful, one of the most mysterious, most profound pastimes. So with the permission of the sadhus here, the devotees, we'll try to say something. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 So, these pastimes of Krishna are presented by the Vedic scriptures, by the devotional scriptures that we find in the Vedic literature. And also, they are explained by the great devotees of the Lord, which have seen these pastimes, which have realized these pastimes. There are many things that we cannot see, right? But with the help of one of these machines, mobile phones, we can see so many things, right? There are so many things that are floating here. You just get one of those, sync it, right? And get connected, and then you can see, you can talk to people. There's so many things that we cannot see. But through the agency of some material device, we can see. So in the same way, spiritually, we may not see. We are blinded. But by the agency of the devotees, by the agency of the spiritual master, we can see that state. Right? So we would like to hear from Krishna, from Srila Prabhupada, and in that way we can see. Srila Prabhupada says in one of his purports that seeing in Bhagavad Gita, that seeing means understanding, spiritual understanding. This material world is a place where we forget God. Right? This material world is a place where we forget God. We didn't want to see Him, we didn't want to remember Him, so leave Him in. This is the place. I remember once I was hearing one Swami explaining this point. So I was thinking, how is it? Because we can see so many things that represent God. The ocean, the sun, the moon, so wonderful things. And you think, who has created this? Right? If you use our brain, you're thinking somebody must have created this, right? So you're just thinking like that. So Maharaj said, he says, you don't believe? Go to the shopping center. That's what he told me. As soon as you enter into the shopping center, you start thinking of something, but not Krishna, not God. So, if we want to understand God, there are generally a few recommendations that we need to apply, and then we can see, we can understand. God is presented in various forms, but there is one supreme God, because sometimes this concept of God is mistaken. And then I heard someone recently say, in India you have so many gods. He said monkey god, cow god, fish god, turtle god. What a misrespectful presentation. The Bhagavatam presents God as He is. Tattva. Srila Prabhupada, the founder of the Hare Krishna movement, he says Tattva refers to God as He is. And the Bhagavatam explains. There are 18,000 verses, right, in the Bhagavatam? 18,000 verses multiplied by 4 lines, and each one's with so many words, so thousands and thousands of words. But one line stands out from the Bhagavatam, and that line from the essential verse of the Bhagavatam explains the purpose of the Bhagavatam and the identity of God. But remember that line, and I'm sure many of you know this line. Krishna is to Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is to Bhagavan Swayam. We may not remember thousands and thousands of verses, right? We may not understand Sanskrit. Some people like me. But some of you know Sanskrit, right? Hindi, Sanskrit, very close. Some of you, I know that when you were little, many have told me, your parents, your grandparents, you read Shastra, Gita, Bhagavatam, do the pujas, sing the songs and things like that. But one important line we need to remember, Krishna is tu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the Supreme Person. So what? Krishna is the Supreme Person, so what? Here I am, having fun. No COVID in Western Australia. Right? New house, new car, new job. Right? Life is good. The question is, for how long? That is the question. For how long? As soon as we ask that question, then things change. For how long? This is the first encouragement from the Vedic literature. Atatto Brahma Jigyasa. We have to ask the difference between matter and spirit. Who are we? Oh, I am American, I am Australian, I am Indian, I am Chinese, I am whatever. The question always, for how long? For how long? That is what the Vedas encourage us to do. And why are we meant to know for how long? Because whatever answer you get, not for long. Right? That's the answer. For anything and everything, it's not for long. For how long are you going to be in this body? I was hearing one class this morning, Srila Prabhupada said, you don't know. Maybe because in those days, all the young boys and girls who joined Srila Prabhupada were around 20 years or so. And he said, maybe you will live another 70 years. I said, but you don't know. No one of us know. So, the idea of this human form of life is that we need to know the Supreme Person. We need to, according to the Gita, know 3 things. First, who we are. That's our identity, right? Gita students, yeah? Who are we? Then, where do we come from? 6 chapters in Bhagavad Gita. And the last question that we need to find answers for, how do we get out from this material world? Right? So, the idea is that the Bhagavatam presents the Supreme Source. Krishna is tu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is tu. Have you had prasad? You had prasad? Okay. I was going to say, if you don't know that one, you cannot have prasad. So, Krishna is tu Bhagavan Swayam. Why is it so important to know God? I'm having a good time. I'm somewhat healthy, still going on. Right? Don't ask my age. Right? So we are still having the chance to enjoy for some time. So why should I bother? Why do I need God? So the Bhagavatam presents this proposal from the very beginning. Whatever you do, as as your occupational duty. Sometimes people say religion, but in general, whatever you do, whatever work you do, if it doesn't bring you close to God, is useless. That's the word, shrama. Shrama eva hi kevalam. The only thing that we achieve materially, doesn't matter how good your job or how good your position and how good whatever you did, it's useless. Shrama eva hi kevalam. Strong words for the Friday night. Useless. Right? Why? Because it's temporary. So, what is the eternal then? What is the option? Krishna consciousness means that we are able to enjoy truly our identity. We are able to truly enjoy life in the spiritual sense. There are three main things. There are three main things. I think she wants to go out. You have to let her free. So, there are three things in this material world that we are looking for. Who here wants to die? Nobody wants to die? Don't put your hand up. Don't put your hand up. I'm not working right now. I'm working. Mental health counseling. My days are off. So nobody wants to die, right? So what's the opposite of dying? Living eternally. So that's one thing, eternity. The second thing, everyone goes to school, everyone goes to college, training, that sort of thing. So wisdom is there for all of us. So Chit, Satchit, and Ananda. We basically or mostly want to enjoy eternally. Everybody likes to be happy. Right? Yes? That's the purpose of life. That's the carrot. Right? And we're thinking, if I get there, I'll be happy. If I get that, I'll be happy. Right? Remember your younger days? For the older ones? Right? When I get my bike, I used to think like that. No? When I get my bike, I'll be happy. When I get my girlfriend, I will be happy. When I get my degree, I will be happy. Right? And it goes on like that, like that. 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and still thinking, when I get there, I'll be happy. So that's the illusion that we live in this material world. But Krishna offers a different alternative in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, what does he say in the Bhagavad Gita? He says many things. Anything that you want to share that he says in the Gita? Not anything, but what's the alternative? What's the proposal? Gita, I see many of you, class after class, something should stick. What does Krishna says?
I'm the source of everything.
I'm the source of everything?
Everything emanates from me.
Right, good, very good. What else as an alternative he says? Huh? What does he propose?
Surrender.
Surrender unto me. Work for me. Yeah, think of me. Yeah, you see. Anything else? What does Krishna says as an alternative? They never perish, yeah. Yes. He says, Mam evaishit, you will come to me. Come to me. That's what he's saying. Right? Come to me. Don't stay in this material world. Come to me. So he's inviting us. Right? So this process of Krishna consciousness is a formal invitation of the Lord for us to join him. Go and dance. Like I arrived late, and then I entered this party. Right? No alcohol, no drugs. Right? Everyone dancing, chanting, everyone smiling. So nice. Kevala Ananda. This is the process. So Krishna performs different pastimes to attract us. That's what he does. Krishna is known. There are four things that generally we get to know about someone. Your name, right? You all have names, right? You all have identify you, right? Yes? Forms, name, forms. What else? You have qualities. Yeah? I know some of you, I don't know some of you, but I know something about you, you know? Right? I know some of you more, some of you less. Yeah. You have qualities. And then, what else? Activities. Some of you like to do this, some of you like to do something else, some of you work in this, or live here or there, you know, so different things about each one. So Srila Prabhupada used to say, here it is, Krishna's name, Krishna's form, Krishna's qualities, and he says, Krishna's address. That's what he says. So you know, like, give me your address, right? So he says, come to me. Like sometimes the devotees invite us, no? Please, you will come to our house. Yeah? I need your address. So Krishna is saying, come to me. In Bhagavad Gita several times, come to me. So okay, give me your address. Right? And how to get there. So this pastime of Damodar is one of the most mesmerizing pastimes, most appealing pastimes, and one of the pastimes that provides the most pleasure for the devotees. It's very simple. All what we need to do is simply offer a little lamb to the Lord with love and devotion, according to the scriptures. That's all what we need to do. But there's a catch here. Nothing can be that simple. Yeah? Have you seen on YouTube, every so often, some genius comes. You want to be a millionaire? You want to get 50,000 a month? You want to, it's like, I can't believe how many people are so smart. Have you noticed? It's like, is it me or? Every few minutes, some guy comes up, or girl, do this and you will be rich, do that and you follow this, buy this, go, my free webinar and all these things. Really? So Krishna is trying to attract us. So he does something very, very simple. He plays, we will tell briefly about his pastime. But then he, according to the Shastras, all we need to do is to offer lamb. And as I said, there's a catch. And what is that catch? That we have to offer the lamb with a certain feeling. That is the trick. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that you can offer him, Prabhu here, I know he has a special diet, right? So you cannot just offer anything. You have to offer something that Prabhu can use, right? Some of the mantras, you have to be careful what to offer. Right? Krishna says, just offer me some water, some fruit, right? Some flowers, some leaf, and I will accept it. So simple. Right? Here in Australia, you can walk in the streets and you see some nice flowers, or pinch one from the garden next door. But Krishna says, you have to offer it with love. Bhakti. Bhaktya. With love. If it's with love, I will accept it. He says it twice. And several times he repeats this. With love. Right? Sometimes somebody offers you something. Right? Have you had that experience? Somebody invites you to eat and they say, oh, try this cake or bread or soup. And it's too salty or too much chili or it's hard or it's not enough sweet. Right? Do you have that experience? Right? But because the person offered it to you with so much love and enthusiasm, you don't want to say anything, right? You don't want to hurt their feelings, correct? Maybe they didn't realize, maybe they didn't taste it. So that's a natural thing. So all these interactions and feelings come from the Supreme Person. So, the Damodar Lila. So we're going to sing a song that explains the pastimes of Krishna playing with his mother. So, but the question here is why this lila is so important. Right? And we don't have that much time. You already have prashada, so I don't have anything to hold you. Because they're always thinking, okay, I'm going to put attention to this prashada, but you already have prashada. So. You see, Krishna, it is described as Swarat. The first line of the Srimad Bhagavatam, one of the characteristics is that he's Swarat. When India was trying to gain independence, right? What was the name? Swaraj, right? And it's still, because I've been living in India for some years, you see people go in the street, that's Swaraj, and they have this, from time to time I hear the word there. Freedom, independence, right? The Scottish also famous for their shout, freedom, independence. In so many countries, independence, freedom. But Krishna, it is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam and many other scriptures as the supreme independent. But nothing can bind him. My son called me today and he said, Dad, now everyone has to be vaccinated. Huh? Not only police, not only the nurses or doctors, everyone.
All the workers.
Every worker has to get vaccinated. And they start telling me, that's not fair, that. I was just listening to him. So Krishna is the supreme independent. No one can force him to do anything. That's the official version, right? Swarat. Bhoktaram jagya tapasam sarva loka maha eshwaram. That means that everyone except him is controlled, Ishwaram, by the Supreme, Maheshwaram, Krishna. There are so many verses on that. Everyone. But he is the only independent. Right? And therefore we worship him. Some of us are afraid of him. If I don't worship him, right, what's going to happen to me, to my children? Right? So, this pastime, why is so unique? Because in this pastime, he is not independent. He's tied by his mother, right? The supreme person who controls everything. By his glands, universes float, manifest. It is explained. Want me to open? It's too loud. No.
Just close it.
Like close it? So children play like that. Krishna was playing like that too. No. So in this pastime, Krishna gives up his independence. Not only he gives up his independence, but he fully gets into character and he gets scared. You know, I remember when my children were little, now they're my height or taller, and they wanted always to wrestle with me. Both boys. Right? Dad, let's wrestle. Every night. Right? Every night I had to wrestle with them. And sometimes I would play as if, you know, they're, okay, I give up. Right? So sometimes we may play like that. But Krishna here in this pastime, he really got into character. He's not only eventually caught by Mother Yasoda, but he's crying. Right? He's shivering. His cheeks, seeing Krishna's cheeks, like that. Like moon face, like Chandra, like that, cheeks. He's crying and he's perspiring and shivering. Like when little kids get scared and they do like this. They sob like that. So how is it possible that the Supreme Lord, of whom the sun and the moon are afraid, fear personified, is scared of the Supreme Lord? All Shastra explain, Brahma Samhita, Bhagavad, so many. Right? He doesn't even have to come, he just sends a representative. How is it possible that he's shivering, crying, barely able to speak? Why? Simple answer. Why? Why Krishna accepts your offering of water? Why he accepts the offering of flour? Why he accepts every day your prasadam, even if it's a bit too hot or burnt or dry or not enough sweet or whatever it is. Right? I know some devotees now here even are becoming diabetic. Right? So they have to offer things which are not. Huh? No sugar or stevia or something. Krishna accepts. It's okay, well, what can I do? He accepts. He accepts. So Krishna accepts if there's love. Right? One time my spiritual master, Swami Jayapataka Swami, somebody asked him, he said, Krishna accepts spaghettis and pasta. And he said, Lord Chaitanya is a traveling God. Right? And he was traveling all over. He's from Bengal. He appeared in Bengal. So he goes to South India. What people in South India are going to offer him? Idli, dosha, rasa, sambar. Every day. When you go to South India, every day they offer you. Right? I'm living in Meet Prabhu's place. Every day is chapati there. It's chapati loka. Every day. Every day. What can I say? Every single day. But because they offered to Krishna like that, then Krishna accepts. So my Guru Maharaj said, if Lord Chaitanya would have walked to Italy, he would accept whatever they. Right? We went to China some years ago. And we had all these noodles, homemade. The devotees themselves made all these things. It's amazing.
Chopsticks.
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 Everything. Krishna accepts love. So the pastime of Damodar, it's the epiphany of this, that the Lord is willing to become a child, dependent child, afraid, scared, running. He was really running. And the Sudamai, she was angry with a little stick and rope. I'm going to get this little naughty Krishna. I'm going to show him a lesson. So the acharyas, the great masters of the past, they have commented on this. I'm very limited, so I say what I know. But now, more and more, these commentaries are being translated into English and different languages, and the devotees are relishing more and more the mysteries and the sweetness of this pastime. Every single aspect, His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Swami has written a book, Damodar. I think we have some books in per Damodar. And there you find some of the compilation of those commentaries. That even the tears of the Lord, right, the sobbing of the Lord, everything has a meaning. Everything is a form of ecstasy. Right? So when we talk about these sort of things, at least for me, they are very, very exalted, very elevated. Is this the No? 5. Oh, okay, good. We go halves. So when we hear these things, at least for me, these are very exalted things, very elevated things. I get a little. But one thing happened to me that helped me to realize this. My grandson was born a year and a half, something ago, March last year, right? And he's different, right? Now I see him growing up, and everything he does, fight, wrestling with me, grabs my sika, grabs my kuntis. Everything's so cute. His cheeks hanging like that, right? Now talking on the phone, Baba, like that. So attractive, so attractive. When you become a grandparent, it's different. It's sweeter, because you don't have to work so much to maintain them. Number one, you're gonna spoil them. It's okay. I don't know what's your experience. You have some, yeah. So one time, it's so cute, because it's my grandson. And then I was just thinking, imagine if the Supreme Lord, as a baby, starts walking into your house and starts doing naughty things. Imagine if your material son or grandson, particularly that was my realization, is so cute. Every step in there, stumble, and they do something. It doesn't matter if they scratch something or break something or stain something or whatever. It's so cute because of our attachment. Imagine that with the Supreme Lord. Huh? Imagine. So, Krishna is a person. We are persons. Right? And we have feelings. We become attached. The Bhagavatam explained that all those attachments that we have, if we can dovetail those attachments to the Supreme Lord or to the devotees, then we achieve perfection. We have the capacity to feel. And we need to dovetail those feelings to the Supreme Person. That's the science of bhakti. Right? One time, when Prabhupada started his preaching in New York, one devotee stopped coming to the kirtan. So Prabhupada noticed, he asked him after a few days, he said, "Hey, why you're not coming to the kirtan?" And he said, "Oh, Prabhupada, because I get emotional and I cry." And Prabhupada said, "Oh, very good." Very good. You should come and cry for the Lord. He said like that, that's very good. It shows you have a heart. Right? Prabhupada also says in the Krishna book, in the pastime where the wives of the Brahmins, they're feeding Krishna and Bhagavan, you know that pastime? And Prabhupada says in that purpose, in that section, that women are naturally attracted to the Lord because of their soft heart. Right? In China, right, most of the devotees are ladies. Right? So we have to appreciate that. But in essence, everyone have the opportunity according to the Gita, according to the Bhagavatam, according to Puranas. So this Kartik month gives us that special sweetness, right? And we all can perceive it, whether we are erudites and very knowledgeable or very austere or not. All we need to do is to offer the lamb with love and devotion. That's all. Oh, that's easy. It may seem easy, right? Actors, yeah. If someone is a good actor or actress, you give them a script, right? And they may show the facial expressions, and they may cry, and they may stand in a certain way. They can express feelings if you pay them, right? So the Bhagavatam begins saying that this presentation of devotion cannot be materially motivated. It needs to be nirmat-saranam. It needs to be from a place where there is no envy, from a place where there is no material desire at all. Right? No material desire. So how to do that? Our life is full of material desires. I want this, I want that, I need this, I need so many things. Simple. Srila Prabhupada explains many times, when we chant Hare Krishna, there is a translation for that. And what is that translation? Please, Lord, let me serve you. Please, Lord, let me serve you. I may have all the desires. Akama, sarva, kamava, moksha, kama. I may have all kinds of desires. Desire for liberation, desires for gratification, any desire. Whatever desire we have, we put it aside for the time being while we offer the lamp. So at least accept this offering. How much does a lamp cost? Those ghee wigs and things like that. In India, you get them for what? I don't know. 1 rupee, 2 rupees. Right? 5 rupees you go get them in the temple outside. 5 rupees. What's 5 rupees? Right? 10 cents or less. Whatever. Yeah. So, why Krishna needs a lamp from you? He manifests the sun. Right? And so many other suns in other galaxies and things like that. Stars. Why does he need a ghee lamp from you? Right? Because through that offering, he experiences your love, your bhakti. And he likes that. And that is the example of the gopis. And they are younger gopis with whom he dances, jokes, plays tricks and things like that. And they are the older gopis. Mother Yasoda is a senior gopi. And the Shastra explains, and that senior gopi, there are parts where she's described like that. So whatever we do for Krishna, we have to do it with love. And particularly this month. If we do this, he chose to make it easier. Srila Prabhupada explains, this is the explanation, simple explanation that he gives. He says, sometimes there are shops that they put sales, right? Whenever there's a change of season, summer sale, winter sale, Christmas sale, this sale, that's, so many sales. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get 50%, the second one, you get confused, like, okay, whatever. Okay. Yeah? This is like that. Prabhupada explained in one lecture. What is that? That especially if someone who's not doing much bhakti or much devotional activities, especially for them, it's like almost free. Practically for free. Right? So you just have to offer that. So that's one thing. The other thing is that I'm not a business person, but the multi-marketing thing? That if you get one, then whatever he or she sells, you get some, right? That all. So in the same way, in this month, if we can encourage other people to come to our house, just offer that. Right? I know that all over the world, devotees are doing this Damodar program. I remember in Argentina, the devotees told me, Argentinians are very competitive. The world champions, soccer, and very competitive. In South America, they are known as the country's most competitive. They always want to win. And Brazil is always there. Brazil and Argentina. So the challenge came that who brings more people to offer lambs to the Lord? Right? So, in Argentina, well, there might be some Indian people background, but not many. Everyone is South American, we may say. So what they did, they set up an altar on the street. They started doing Harinam, and they started explaining, if you offer this candle, this brings good luck, love, what is it? Love and long life or something like that, health and everything. You just have to offer a candle. So, so many people lined up, So the devotees in Argentina won the first place in the number of ghee lamps that were offered to Lord Rama. So anybody who helps someone to perform devotional service during this month gets also benefit. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says in the Navadvip Mahatmya that if you help somebody to come to the Dham, and if you show them or make them feel comfortable or explain something, then you get benefit. So that's the process. That's what Lord Chaitanya explained. That's what Lord Nityananda, that's what Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained. That in this Namahata, market of the holy name, if we encourage others to chant, if we encourage others to do something, especially in this month, this is a special sale, then they get benefited and we get benefited. So this is some of the glories of Kartik. Krishna is allowing us to catch him if we have some love. When Mother Yasoda finally was able to grab him, then she got the rope, and then she was tying him to the mortar. And then what happened? 2 fingers short. And I heard different explanations about this pastime. That she got some rope from somewhere, and then they were bringing more rope, and then again, and again 2 fingers. And then some devotees explain, have read commentaries, that the gopis were getting the strings, that the ribbons, and then they, like that. I heard some devotees. And everyone was giving something, and they were adding, and they were trying to grab it, but he was just trying. But somehow, by his mystic potency, they couldn't. So then at one point, Krishna decides, okay, I'm gonna let them tie me. So this month, that's the mood. That he allows us to catch him. But we need to have some love. That's the thing. So we have to, as the actors, as the directors, movie directors say, we have to tap into that feeling. We have to tap into that feeling. Do it with love. So we stop here because time is short. And we're going to do the worship of Lord Damodar. So remember, the ingredient, the catch, is that we have to offer that lamb with some love. Krishna, please let me love you. Let me serve you. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressed in one of his pastimes, he says, we have to say, I'm yours, I'm yours, I'm yours. That's the idea. Okay? Okay? Thank you.